Hello friends, let's discuss marriage in a Libra ascendant horoscope. As you are aware, Libra is a sign which produces the most beautiful people. But very few people know that not only are they physically very attractive, but also mentally also they are very good in the sense they like to maintain their relationships very well. Venus is the lord of this sign and Venus is significator of relationships, and the symbol of this sign Libra is a balance or a taraju itself, and thereby these people are able to maintain a very good balance in all their relationships. And so even in situations where there is conflict between two parties, we will find that the Librans make the best mediators. And when we look at their horoscope also, the horoscope with a Libra ascendant has many factors which supports this theory. Generally, when we see in a horoscope, we say that Saturn, out of all planets, is malefic. But in this horoscope, Saturn itself is the significator or the lord of the 5th house, which is a trine house, and of the 4th house, which is a Kendra house, and becomes Yog Karak planet in this horoscope. In addition, the bad houses that we call 6, 8 and 12 houses, which are considered bad, out of these 6th house, Jupiter is the lord of this house, and Jupiter itself is the most benefic planet out of all the planets. Venus is the lord of the 8th house, and Venus is the lord of the Lagna or the lord of the ascendant. So definitely Venus is good for the horoscope. And Mercury is the lord of the 12th house, but Mercury in this horoscope is also the lord of the 9th house. 9th house denotes our fortune, luck, etc. So we see there are many good conditions in this horoscope which support the relationships, and accordingly we will look at the marriage in a Libra ascendant horoscope. To look for marriage, we look at the 7th house. The 7th house indicates marriage, and once again we find that number 1, the sign Aries is written in the 7th house, the lord of which is Mars, and Mars is also the lord of the 2nd house, where number 8 is written, the sign of Scorpio. And the 2nd house is what? 2nd house indicates our family or increase in family, which will happen after marriage. So Mars also here supports marriage and relationships. So we will look at what results Mars will give when it is placed in all the 12 houses one by one. Thereafter we will see what results we'll get when other planets are placed in the 7th house, and in the end we will look at remedies, upayas and precautions. Looking at the 7th lord Mars first. When Mars is placed in the 1st house, Mars is opposite its own sign and becomes detrimental. So here it may give a little bit of obstacles or delays or some kind of issues in the marriage. However, overall this is still a good position, and whenever the Dasha Antardasha gets connected to the 11th house or Sun, in that case the person will get married. When Mars is placed in the 2nd house, Mars has come to its own sign and becomes very strong to give good results, and the lord of marriage has come to the house of increase in family size. This is a very good indication, and the offer for marriage may come through close relatives, most likely male relatives of the person. When Mars is placed in the 3rd house, 3rd house is the house of communication, so the person may get an offer of marriage, or the marriage may fructify through networking, newspapers, advertisements, online marriage sites, marriage apps, etc. Also, the marriage offer can come through the younger brothers of the person. When Mars is placed in the 4th house, Mars is in the sign Capricorn, where it becomes exalted, and in this position Mars makes one of the Panch Mahapurush Yoga called the Ruchak Yoga, which is extremely auspicious, and therefore Mars will give very good results regarding marriage when in this position, and the person is likely to get married in her or his hometown. One more interesting thing here is that with Mars in this position, the person may gain a lot from property and may be in a property dealing business themselves. When Mars is in the 5th house, 5th house is a trine house, once again a very good position, and 5th house indicates love affairs. So the lord of marriage has come to the house of love affairs, indicating a very strong possibility for the person to have a love marriage. When Mars is in the 6th house, 6th house is 12th to the 7th house and creates disagreements, etc. in the marriage, and Mars also is a significator of conflict. So we will find that in this case there may be disagreements and conflict between the partners. When Mars is in the 7th house, Mars has come to its own sign and once again makes the auspicious yoga called the Ruchak Yoga, and it's a very good placement. The Lord of marriage is in the house of marriage and will give positive results regarding the marriage here. When Mars is in the 8th house, Mars has come opposite its sign of Scorpio and becomes detrimental. Also the house number 8 signifies a lot of conflicts, fights, etc. And Mars itself is a significator of conflicts. So Mars in this position is likely to give a lot of fights and disputes between the couple and create a lot of pain. When Mars is in the 9th house, 9th house is a trine house, very auspicious house, and Mars will give good results here. The offer for marriage may come from the side of the spouse. When Mars is placed in the 10th house, Mars is in the sign of Cancer where it becomes debilitated or niche. However, in this horoscope, Mars is in Kendra position and therefore an automatic cancellation of debilitation or niche Pangyog takes place. And therefore Mars will give good results regarding the marriage here. And when connected to Sun in the Dasha Antardasha, the person will get married through their official circles, like through their colleagues, etc. When Mars is in the 11th house, 11th house is the house of our profits, gains, wish fulfillment, and the Lord of marriage has come to the house of wish fulfillment and the person's wish to get married will be fulfilled. It's a very auspicious sign. When Mars is in the 12th house, 12th house is the house of separation as well as 12th house is the house of foreign countries, abroad, etc. So depending on the Dasha Antardasha, there can be a little bit of separation between the couple. However, in case there is a connection to Sun in the Dasha Antardasha, then we will find that the person will have a marriage which will have a connection to foreign countries or abroad. That is, the offer may come from abroad or the spouse may come from abroad. Looking at rest of the planets, when Sun is placed in this house, Sun is the Lord of the 11th house, the house of wish fulfillment. The wish of the person to get married will fructify here because Lord of wish fulfillment has moved to the house of marriage, and this is a very good placement. Under the effect of Sun, the personality of the spouse, that is the wife or the husband, will be a very magnetic personality. Everyone will get attracted towards them. They will have authority in their voice and they would like to keep themselves and their household, their children in very good conditions. So everyone will praise how well they are doing it. And however, in case there are disputes also between the couple, then they will happen because of ego issues between two of them. When Moon is placed in this house, Moon is the Lord of the 10th house. And in case the Dasha Antardasha is connected to Sun, once again, then we'll find that the person will get married through their professional circles, through their office, they may meet through colleagues, etc. And the personality of the spouse, the wife or the husband, will be a fair personality, good looking, slightly on the heavier side. However, there may be a lot of emotional ups and downs in the spouse. When Mercury is placed in this house, Mercury is the Lord of the 12th house, which is not such a good house, and Mercury is the Lord of the 9th house, which is a very good house, auspicious house, the house of fortune. And the 9th and 12th together, they indicate that the marriage of the person will be fortunate for the person and they may go abroad or there may be a connection to abroad during the marriage. In case the Dasha Antardasha is connected to Sun, in that case the person is likely to get married quite far away from where they are staying. That means the house of the wife or husband may be quite far away, may require a long travel to reach their place. When Jupiter is placed in this house, Jupiter is Lord of the 3rd house and Jupiter is Lord of the 6th house. 6th house denies the 7th house, and their Jupiter will cause a lot of disputes, disagreements between the couple. When Venus is placed in this house, Venus is the lord of the Lagna, and Venus is also the lord of the 8th house. So although being the lord of Lagna, Venus is very auspicious because it rules the 8th house, which indicates some kind of doubting nature, etc. So there may be disputes and fights between the couple because of this doubting nature of the owner of the horoscope. However, overall, in case the Dasha Antardasha is connected to Sun, then the results will be good and the person will get married and will get dowry in their marriage. When Saturn is placed in this house, Saturn in the sign of Aries becomes Neech. But here, because Saturn is in a Kendra house, an automatic Neech Bhang Yoga or cancellation of debilitation takes place. And Saturn in this horoscope is a very Yog-Karak planet, lord of the 4th house and 5th house. The 5th house indicates love affairs, and lord of love affair moving to the house of marriage is an indication that there is a very strong possibility that the person will have a love marriage. And because the 4th house indicates the home or house of the person, we can say that the love marriage may take place in the same town. So overall, when we look at this horoscope, almost all the planets are in very good condition to give good results regarding the marriage, and Mars and Sun are the most important planets here so far as marriage is concerned. So we must do the remedies accordingly. So to get best results regarding marriage, if you are a Libran ascendant, on Tuesdays, pray to Hanumanji, read Hanuman Chalisa. Second remedy is a lifetime good habit to maintain good relations with your brothers. The third remedy is on Sundays, pray to Lord Sun and read Gayatri Mantra. And the last remedy is once again a lifetime good habit is always to respect your father and take his blessings. Doing these things will enable these planets to give you even better results in your horoscope in case you have a Libra ascendant. I hope you would have understood the basics regarding marriage in Libra. See you in the next video. Thank you.